What's up, guys? My name is Hoppy and this is Gen 10 Plus, and today we are starting our grinding to get ready for the Elite Four. That's right, we finally made it here. This is our final challenge. Basically the entire run is on the line at this point forward. Once we step through those doors, there's no going back. So we get our team ready to take on these last obstacles in our way to become champion. So, of course, we've selected our final team. We have our Commander-in-Chief, Chili the Charizard, followed by our Vice Captain of the squad, Raspberry the Noodle Queen. We also have the very powerful Mahi the Gyarados, as well as our basically undefeated monster Potato the Doug Trio, followed by our newer members of the squad. That's right, we have Drumsticks the Dodrio, as well as our newest member, Microwave the Magneton. Those are the Pokemon that we are going to be going through the Elite Four with. So we got to get these guys trained up. I ended up spending about 8 hours of real time grinding these Pokemon up. It's just there was no really good place to do any leveling in Red version. Victory Road is pretty inconsistent when finding Pokemon to battle, because every now and then you run across a Zubat or a Geodude. And so I ended up going to the Pokemon Mansion, where you do get more consistent levels fighting with maybe some of those weaker poison types and fire types, but every now and then you get a nice and powerful Weezing or a Muck to show up, and you get a little boosted experience. So we ended up spending a lot of time there, but all in all, it was totally worth it. We got our Pokemon up to level. They're not exactly all at, none of them are at the level cap, and we do have a variance of levels. I decided to have our Pokemon between levels 55 and 60. So that way there's still a little bit of a range, a little bit of a challenge. We're not going in all of our Pokemon at level 62, because that'll be too easy. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually a little bit nervous, because this is it. There's no going back from here. I really don't want to lose anybody, but I do think we created a really good team to go through and take on the Elite Four. I'm excited with what we've accomplished so far. But yeah, so if you guys, this is kind of going to be a little bit of a recap episode. So I'm basically going off rip. We started off our episode, our journey, picking Chili the Charmander, of course, and then we got our next Pokemon. I think our starting team was Chili, Raspberry, Ritz, Marsala, and Trolley, and that's what we went into to fight Brock. Brock was really tough. That was our first major hurdle, because we really didn't have anybody to handle his rock types. Chili was the only one that could do any significant damage. We ended up losing our first Pokemon, Trolley. Trolley made the sacrifice to get our team rolling, get that clean switch. I believe so Marsala could get some sand attacks off to make it easier for, I think it was Chili that came to finish up the Onix, may have been Raspberry, I don't really remember, it was quite a long time ago. But then we did pretty well. We made our way through Mount Moon, got a couple encounters, defeated Broccoli. That's before Mount Moon, that's where we got Marshmallow, who was a pretty, he was a recurring member of the team that didn't really do that much on the team. Kind of just use a flashlight to get through the rock tunnel, mostly, was what Marshmallow did. But then, yeah, we go to Cerulean, we get everybody trained up. We ended up catching an Abra, really lucky to get an Abra. And we were able to evolve Meringue. I named it Meringue. We evolved it into a Kadabra, and we fought Misty. But Starmie, or a Starmie, ended up taking out 2 of our Pokemon. I knew Ritz was going to be the one to be the major battler in this against Misty, and Ritz was huge. Came in clutch, and we did lose Ritz, unfortunately, to the Starmie. And then I got a little overconfident, thinking that Meringue could just clean up shop, but I guess Starmie's special was more than I had realized, and we lost Meringue too. We lost 2 Pokemon, and Meringue was completely my fault. I believe Ritz got defeated by a critical hit, which, that happens. But then we continue on our journey. We evolve Raspberry into the Noodle Queen after that point to get some revenge kills for Ritz and Meringue. And we go towards Vermilion City to get our next badge with Lieutenant Surge. That's where we end up getting Mahi Mahi, the old rod encounter in Vermilion City, and then in Diglett's cave we end up getting Potato the Diglett. Potato basically completely swept Lieutenant Surge's entire gym. Potato, you'll see, we see this again later. Potato is just a beast and ends up sweeping the gyms, no problem. Like Lieutenant Surge couldn't do anything to him. But then we continue on our journey, go through Rock Tunnel with Marshmallow. I believe we go to face Erica because we're creeping on the level cap, and we had two Pokemon with us that were really doing a lot of heavy lifting. Count Chocula, the Golbat, and Chili the Charmeleon, and they ended up taking care of Erica's Pokemon, no problem. And then we go through the Rocket hideout, we go through the Pokemon Tower, and then we make our way over to Koga eventually. And Koga is just a mess. He's a freaking, well, actually, I think before we get to Koga, we end up taking out the Silph-Co invasion too. I mean, that's where we get our Charmeleon Chili up to a Charizard. So, yeah, we had a bunch of, I think we have basically the makings of our team there. And then when we get to Koga, our 5th gym, which Koga is just a freaking clown, having a bunch of psychic types run amok in his gym. And then he goes ahead and I'm just using Dig over and over again, one-shotting these Pokemon. And then on his last Pokemon is Weezing, and I use Dig, and then he decides to use Explosion, just throwing the tag. Like, I'm done. Nope, you're digging. I'm gonna take myself out. And so we ended up getting our 5th badge that way. And then we go to fight Sabrina, and she actually has some ghost Pokemon in her gym, non-psychic type users. She had a couple of the ghost gym leaders ghost gym trainers. And the ghost Pokemon happen to be poison type, so why did they just move those ghost users over to Koga's gym and put the psychic users in Sabrina's gym? I don't know. But it's a mess. The whoever's in charge of the Pokemon Indigo League, their gym challenge, they need to get their trainers in line because they're all over the place. They don't know what type specialty they are. I mean, Sabrina ends up having a Venomoth, which is a poison bug. It's not even psychic. So, yeah, and we end up defeating Sabrina. That did cost us. We had Mahi Mahi doing a lot of the damage. And then when we came to fight Alakazam, we had to do a clean switch, and we had to sacrifice one of our beloved members, Salad. Salad was a really, really clutch team member. Defended us from any water types. Took down Broccoli's, Wartortle, and Blastoise. She was great. And I was waiting to get a certain level so we can get the Evolver to a Vileplume. We never got to that point because unfortunately I had to sacrifice her. But then Potato came and revenge killed that Alakazam, which I think is because we were able to outspeed that Alakazam because I think the only thing that's faster than Alakazam is Electrode. So yeah, but probably because we have the gym the boosts that the gym badges give us, as well as the EV training that we just do by battling other Pokemon. I think Potato was able to outspeed Alakazam. I don't know for certain, but I believe none of the trainers' Pokemon have effort value boosted stats. So don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I believe. And then after Sabrina, we decided to go get after we lost Salad, we decided to get our next encounter, which was Microwave Magneton in the power plant, which we got a Magneton right away. Didn't have to start with a Magnemite, so it was very, very easy, very nice and convenient for us. Then we made our way over to Cinnabar, went through the Pokemon Mansion. We beat Blaine, and that was basically Mahi Mahi just running through that gym, surfing up all the Pokemon. Blaine didn't even have a chance to use any moves because Mahi Mahi was just so powerful. And then Mahi Mahi went ahead and did that again with Giovanni in the final gym badge. And then we, once we got all of our badges, we went to fight Broccoli, and then we defeated Broccoli, no problem. Made our way up through Victory Road, got to the Elite Four building, and that's where we are. We're getting our team finally ready to take on the Elite Four. So I've actually done surprisingly well doing this hardcore Nuzlocke challenge. I usually lose more Pokemon than this, but so far I've only lost, I believe, 5 Pokemon. Valiant soldiers of our squad. They made the ultimate sacrifice, and you know, we are doing this for them. They will always be remembered in our hearts. But yeah, I usually don't end up doing that well in my Pokemon Nuzlocks. I end up losing Pokemon left and right. Maybe, you know, this being the first one, this is just an outlier. We're going to be playing through Pokemon Crystal next, because Pokemon Crystal was my how I played through Generation 2. And so stay tuned. We're looking forward to that. I don't think it's going to be immediately after we finish this series. I'm going to take a little bit of break, just because it's summertime. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of the summer, have some fun with friends and family. I'm just going to take a little bit of a break in between this, but I freaking had a blast making this series so far. What I've been doing is I have the emulator playing my copy of Red version, and then I use OBS software to screen record my playing, and then that's been pretty easy. It records the audio and the video. I think it's just the window capture on OBS, and from there I use my editing software is CapCut. It was recommended to me by my brother-in-law and my friends. So they were CapCut is just so easy to use. I'm thinking about getting the professional version to do a little bit more stuff. But yeah, I'm having a great time creating these thumbnails, these overlays, doing the editing. It's a lot of fun. I'm really glad I finally started this. Kind of annoyed I didn't start this from a long time ago, because who knows where I would be by now. But yeah, it's being a Pokemon YouTuber has kind of been a dream of mine. It's like I've always wanted to do it. I knew I would enjoy doing it. I think I would be good at doing it too. I don't know, I guess that's up to you guys, but I am still enjoying it. I think I'm doing a good job. My plan starting out is I would like to go through each generation. Now, I don't know, I hope I can get through each generation by the time Generation 10 comes out. Thankfully, there's a break between now and the next generation, because we got Pokemon Legends ZA coming out, so it's not immediately Generation 10. But I'm excited for what's new to come with Pokemon. I'm excited to go through this journey with you guys with Pokemon. But yeah, it's been a fun ride so far. I think it's been I started doing this series. I think I started doing this series back in, I want to say February, maybe March, but I think it was February. I don't know. It's been a couple months. It's June right now, early June, and it's been a couple months going through the series, and like I said, it's been a lot of fun for me. I obviously have favorites. Chili is obviously my favorite of the squad, but I've also really got a certain attachment to, who would have thought, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen has become a pretty new favorite of mine. I might have to change my Pokemon video where I list all of my favorite Pokemon. I may have to change Nidoking to Nidoqueen, just because Raspberry's come in super clutch, and she's phenomenal. Also, you know, Gyarados, I love Gyarados, and then Potato, Dugtrio, using Dugtrio, and then all the hilarious shenanigans that it's been through. It's, you know, these Pokemon have grown to be special in my heart. Gloom, and even Pidgeotto, Marsala, and Ritz the Raticate. He was like the mascot of the squad. He was great. I know he was a fan favorite. I had a couple people talk to me about how much they like Ritz, that it was a good name for Raticate. I think so too. Yeah, I'm excited for the next generation. The next thing we're gonna do. So far, my setup's been very minimal. I'm using my phone to record. I do have a ring light and just my laptop, and it's a Lenovo game controller. So, and it's been really easy to do. I don't know why I didn't start sooner. Because the barrier to entry is so low. Your phone does the recording. I had a laptop for 10 years. I could literally could have been doing this 10 years ago. the way that what I'm doing right now, playing through, it's so easy. Anybody could do this. So if you end up starting your own Pokemon channel, all you need is an emulator, a cell phone, and a computer to edit with. So yeah, so just anybody out there, anybody listening to this and think about starting their own YouTube channel, go ahead and start, because it's been fun, and I'm excited to keep doing it. Pokemon, my primary thing is going to be Pokemon. Who knows, I might do some other stuff. I doubt it. But I am excited to play through Pokemon. I've been playing through Pokemon for freaking my entire life, basically. Which apparently I got my origin story wrong about Pokemon. I thought me and my brother always had 2 Game Boys, and we would always play together. But apparently we started out only having one, and it was Red version was what we had. We had 1 Game Boy, and it was Red version, and so we shared that. But you know, you can't share a save file. You can't share Pokemon. So it was probably me, and this is like I was like 4 or 5 years old at this point. Me and my older brother, he was like 6 or 7, and he's 2.5 years older than me, so depending on when it was. So we were arguing back and forth, fighting each other, you know, being annoying little kids, not wanting to share. So my dad finally gave in and bought, I think he bought me a second game. He bought me the Game Boy, and then he bought my brother yellow version, because I wanted Red version. So he got to keep the original Game Boy, and the Game Boys we had, I had the like teal blue, bluish green Game Boy color, and then my older brother had the see-through purple Game Boy. My dad also had a Game Boy. He played the blue version. He had a purple, just a solid purple Game Boy, and he played the blue version to play along with us. But he didn't get very. I don't think he got very far in it. And me and my brother ended up playing through over and over again. But yeah, so that's what I thought at first. We were playing together. We were literally playing the same game together. And that was a problem. I thought it was all cohesive. We were just in my memories, it was like, oh yeah, we've been playing side by side. It's like, no, we were probably hovering over each other with the same Game Boy and arguing about who gets to play. But I like my version of events better. Yeah, they both came around. My dad and my brother came and told me, like, that's not what happened. What you said before, this is how it actually went down. But I don't remember it that way, so in my memory, I like to think that we were playing side by side, because that's what I do remember. I remember booting up the link cable and battling with my brother, trading with my brother, and we would play side by side. We would go on card trips because we would go and visit family, and we would play on. Me and my brother would play on the car ride, and it was a lot of fun. We played through. We played through the first 4 generations together. I played, well actually my brother didn't have Generation 2. I think he just kept playing yellow. Yeah, so I had Red version, he had yellow version, and then for some reason, I don't remember how, for some reason I had Crystal version. And that was it. We didn't have any other generation. We didn't have Gold or Silver. And I don't think my brother played Crystal version. But we did eventually. I got Ruby version, and my brother got Sapphire, and then at some point he got Emerald as well, and I just continued to play Ruby. And then during the DS era, we got he had Diamond and I had Pearl, and then eventually he got Platinum, which is fine. I was content with my Pearl. I think I'm starting to understand how that my brother gets the third. My older brother gets the 3rd game. What's up with that? Or not? Well, he gets the extra. What is up with that? So where's the? Clearly there was some favoritism. I don't know. Maybe I can't remember. We usually would save up birthday money, like for our birthday or Christmas. That's what we put on our list. We wanted the new Pokemon game. But yeah, and we also I had Soul Silver and he had Heart Gold, and I had Fire Red and he had Leaf Green. When it came to the remakes, I'm not going to be doing the Nuzlocke challenge. Not this Nuzlocke challenge. I'm not going to be doing the remakes on that, because the Generation 1 experience, I don't feel the need to redo Kanto, because I mean we literally just did Kanto. Maybe I'll save the remakes for some other series that I do later. But yeah, so the goal is to go through that order of games. It's a little spoiler alert for you guys. We just finished Red version. I played through Crystal version, so we're going to be playing through Crystal version next. For Generation 3, I'm going to be playing through Ruby, because that's what I played through as a kid. And for Generation 4, I'm going to be playing through Pearl, because that's also what I played as a kid. I actually didn't really play the 5th generation until I think it was right before Gen 6 came out. Can't remember if it was right before or after Gen 6. It was when I finally played Gen 5. But yeah, it was my brother had moved to go live with my mom at that point, and so we didn't play Generation 5 together. I think he had it, but I didn't have it. So when I did eventually play, I think I had White version, the one with Zekrom. Did play through that. I've never played Pokemon Black or White 2, so when we do eventually do that, that'll be a blind, my first time playing through it. And then Generation 6, I had X, and then in Generation 7, I actually had both. I had my goal was to have Sun. I had pre-ordered Sun, but it didn't arrive in time. It didn't arrive on the day that it was supposed to arrive. So I went to GameStop and I bought Moon. It was like, well, I'm not waiting, and I know this one's coming in. I want to play right now, so I went and bought Moon. And I started my playthrough of Moon, and then I had Ultra Sun. Yeah, I never got Ultra Moon. I had Ultra Sun. And actually, to be honest, I never finished Ultra Sun. I got all the way to the point where you meet Nihilego in the Aether Paradise, which apparently is when the games start to change from the original story. Yeah, I had played Moon, and then I played Sun right after, and then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, and I started playing through Ultra Sun. I was like, well, I just played this twice already, so I ended up getting bored and passing on it. And then when Sword and Shield came out, I had Shield. My brother had Sword, and then after Sword and Shield, I did also get Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I never finished it. I got to the point where you get to the Safari Zone, and you that's where how you connect with Pokemon Go, so you can get Meltan. Once I got to that point, I really didn't see the point of playing. I didn't really care for the style of leveling up. It's just all catching. I like the battling, you know. And you don't get rewarded for the battling as much as you do for catching Pokemon. So yeah, that was my Let's Go Eevee experience. It was okay. It was a stunning game. It was great. It looked phenomenal, and I love that you could like walk around. Like you ride on the Rhyhorns and the Arcanites, and you just hop on the belly of a Snorlax and walk around. I thought that was great. But yeah, it wasn't really. It didn't really hold my attention. I thought Sword and Shield was great. I love the gym challenge being a sports contest. I love that. And the music, I love it. The gym battle music is amazing. I love it. A lot of people dig on Sword and Shield. I thought the story was great. I love the gym challenge. It was Leon, the undefeatable champion with a Charizard. Absolutely makes sense. Charizard's the best Pokemon, and I mean Leon's team is freaking cracked. He's also got Aegislash and Dragapult. Yeah, and then in my headcanon, he also has Rillaboom, which is also the Pokemon's headcanon. Even though my first playthrough, I was a Rillaboom player, so he had I think he had Cinderace in my first playthrough. I think that's how it works. He gets the one that's stronger than you. Yes, he does. So yeah, I played through with Rillaboom, and it was a lot of fun. I love Shield. It was I liked it. I've played through it so many times. Just doing I played as different gym leaders, just doing different teams to go through the gym challenge, and then Legends Arceus. Well, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Let's go through that. It was playing through. I didn't have any issues with it. The Pokédex really, the not having the Platinum Dex was a little annoying, but the Underground gave me plenty of options. The only thing that I happened to dislike was that I played through Shining Pearl, and I didn't happen to get, I got the Magmar line instead of the Elekid line, the Electabuzz line. So I had to trade with my wife, to get the Electivire for my team. And then from there, what else? Oh yeah, Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus, such a good game. So good. It was completely different from. They changed the formula, and it was wonderful. I think Legends Arceus is a fantastic game, and it may be one of my favorite. It may be my favorite Pokemon game is Legends Arceus. So I can't wait to do one of those on the channel. I might just do just a regular Let's Play and just enjoy it because it's been a while since I played it, and it was so much fun. I played through it twice. Played through it twice. I played it as a normal person, and then I decided I was going to be, I'm going to be a fighting type trainer, gym leader kind of guy. My first playthrough was with Oshawott because I never used Oshawott. I wasn't really a Gen 5 Pokemon fan. And I was like, you know what? Perfect time to use Oshawott. They get new evolutions. I'll give Oshawott a chance. And yeah, Hisui and Samurott was pretty cool. But I ended up ditching it for an entirely alpha team. That was a lot of fun too. And I'm pretty sure I used entirely Hisuian evolution form Pokemon. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all the Hisuian form alphas. So that was a lot of fun. And then Scarlet and Violet. Oh, I know a lot of people dig on Scarlet and Violet and think it's a bad game. I love it. I've played through it so many times because there's so many Pokemon you can use. I've played through it, and the DLC is great as well. I was on my honeymoon when the Teal Mask came out, and so whenever there was some downtime, like it was early in the morning, my wife was still sleeping, I would play through the Teal Mask, and I got to I would do it like a couple hours a day to play through it. It was so much fun, and it was great because I was also in Hawaii on my honeymoon playing the Teal Mask, so it was a lot of fun. I remember that the DLC I remember fondly, and then also the Indigo Disc. Also, it's just so they're Elite Four, their battles, a double battling strategy, and finally that's how you get access to Metagross and Electivire, and so that was amazing as well. But yeah, Scarlet and Violet base game I've played through so many times. I still had my original save on my main profile on Switch, but I use alternate profiles to play different playthroughs. And I've used every starter. I've used different, I ditched a starter and used Charcadet. My first playthrough Scarlet, I played as played Coco. So unfortunately, because I didn't want to have type overlap, I missed out on the Charcadet evolution. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go through, and Charcadet's going to be my main starter. And Armor Rouge was so good. So good. And then I did a playthrough with Violet, and I used Ceruledge. And Ceruledge is so good. The Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet are so good. I really do like the new designs. You got Skeletors. You got freaking Tinkaton. Tinkaton is amazing. I love her design. She definitely gives off Harley Quinn vibes, and I like the Harley Quinn. I also just love the Steel type. The big old hammer. My Dungeons and Dragons class, my Spirit Dungeons and Dragons class is definitely Barbarian. I love the Barbarian. I love the hammer. I love the big hammer with the big axe. So, Scarlet and Violet, I think was a great game. Overall, I don't think there are any Pokemon games that I dislike. There's no way I could say anything bad about the game, like the story or the Pokemon. There may be some performance issues, sure. The main gripe I can think of is that the battles in Generation 4 take forever. But everybody knows that was some sort of error or some sort of glitch or whatever. It takes a second for each health. It individually takes down every individual health point when doing damage. So it's a little slow. But as a kid, I never thought that was an issue. It's just now when I play through emulators on Fast Forward, and now I notice that they take forever to play through this generation. But that's just get over it. This is Pokemon. It gives you more time to enjoy it, I think. But yeah, I'm a diehard Pokemon fan. I'm so sure you guys could tell. I mean, I've been going on for about 30 minutes almost, just talking about Pokemon. But hey, that's what I love. It's my favorite thing. No, is it the best game I've ever played? I don't think so. I really enjoyed, like, when Tears of the Kingdom came out for Zelda. It was amazing. Tears of the Kingdom as a game, I think, is the best. So please don't excommunicate me from the Pokemon family, YouTuber, familyverse, whatever. Tears of the Kingdom is phenomenal. But as a series, Tears of the Kingdom is what's getting me into Zelda. I've always been into Pokemon. And Pokemon, I don't think Pokemon will ever not be a major part of my life. One day, if I can get through all this, I would love to do something like I was considering going to Worlds this year, going to Hawaii for Worlds. A little bit too expensive out of my price range, but hey, maybe if this YouTube stuff takes off, maybe I'll end up doing going to Worlds and checking out that's another dream of mine, is to go to Worlds and see the Pokemon Championship battles and whatnot, and I would just experience more and more Pokemon. So who doesn't love Pokemon? Ask yourself this: what is the best thing about Pokemon for you guys? That's what I want to know in the comments. I want to know what your favorite thing about Pokemon is. And if you've made it this far, and like if you made it this far in this optional video, thank you so much for watching, because this is just me rambling and talking about Pokemon for 30 minutes, for over 30 minutes. But making this part in the series as well is also completely amazing, that you were willing to follow me and go through this journey with me. And this is just the first journey that we've gone through, that we'll be going through together. So I'm very eager to see where this road takes me. I'm excited. I've idolized Pokemon YouTubers. There's plenty that come to mind that I've watched and it's like, man, I wish I could do what they're doing. And now I'm starting to learn to do what they do. And hopefully I think I'm learning. I think I'm getting better. I'm comfortable in front of the camera, clearly. It's still a little awkward sometimes, but I'm getting more comfortable around the camera, and I'm able to just talk to myself for 30 minutes about Pokemon. But yeah, I'm very much excited to keep doing this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we're nearly at the point where we're finishing this series. I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I'm excited to get through it. I believe we will win and we will become champions of red version. We will become the Kanto League champions. So I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. The journey continues.